no, 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 no! Crap! Hello, I'm Chris and this is Team Inept, and this is the second of a couple of videos on mining in Elite Dangerous. Mixer decided to delete the first couple of minutes of the stream, so I missed the introduction that I had recorded, so I've done a new one. I'll leave you to get on with the video itself, and thanks for watching. I'm heading for a planet which apparently has a chance of having the resource that I'm looking for. Using a detailed surface scanner, you can actually tell what the composition of the planet is. And this one has a 1.5% arsenic, and arsenic is the thing that I'm in need of at the moment. So I'm in super cruise at the moment, on my way to the planet. When I get in orbit, I shall fly around until I find a likely spot, and then I'll descend and get out in my little space car. Right. You need the Horizons update to be able to do planetary landings, so that's a given if you want to do this type of mining. And so Dekiat 7B is where I'm heading towards. To be honest, I thought it was a bit closer there when I started this stream, so here we go. I'll go around the big planet, the gas giant with the rings. I think it was those rings that I did the mining in last time, so I've done some space mining on the also available on the channel. So go and watch that if you want to try some space mining out. But this, as I say, is surface mining from the little car. It works differently, so so if you know how to do one, you don't necessarily know how to do the other. And as everything, can overshoot. As everything in Elite Dangerous, nothing really tells you how to do stuff. So in talking, I wasn't paying attention to the speed I was going, so I would have crashed into the planet then, which I really don't want to do. So let's come back around. I'm going to land on the light side, the daylight side, the sun side of the planet. Otherwise everything's just a bit too dark. So what I'm going to do is slow down as I get closer and closer and closer to the planet. At some point I will slip into orbit. See the little lines appear around it. They tell you when you're approaching and getting too close. So I want to go for one of these big open bits, not the blue bits. If you go into the red, go too far into the red, then it pulls you out and you're miles away from the planet, and it's no help to anybody. So I'm monitoring the speed, not going anywhere in particular on the planet, because I don't know where the materials and that are. But when I get closer, there is a hint as to how you can find it. Just on the right there, you can see my distance above the planet. They're at 20 kilometers, just gone under. That glide is, again, slightly faster than normal travel speed that you hit until you get a little bit above the planet. Now, looking at the radar screen at the bottom of the screen there, that is actually going to tell you when you're in a prime area for finding materials. When you get a bit closer to the planet, you want to be about 3 kilometers off the surface. Seems to be the ideal area for this. So that's just under 3. So I'm going to pull back up so I'm flying level. Now you can't actually see anything on the planet surface to tell you where you want to mine, but what you're looking for on the radar is a giant blue circle that you'll sort of fly into. Basically anywhere inside that circle, you've got a higher probability of finding materials that you want. So I'm just basically going to keep going in a straight line. Just letting the altitude fluctuate a little bit, sort of 2-3 kilometers. Boosting, put lots of pips into my engine so I can boost more often. This is quite a slow ship, so if you're doing this in a faster ship, you might be better off. You'll be able to cover more area quicker. Don't know of any way of finding these blue spots other than flying over the planet. I don't think there's a quicker way of finding them from a higher orbit. So, just got to keep boosting and waiting for the energy to fill. So, how is everybody? Everyone alright? Good? Yeah, nice. This is obviously being broadcast live at the moment, although nobody's watching. I'm not expecting anyone to be watching. If you do pop in and say hello, hello. If you don't, it's too late because this is already just been broadcast. It's not going to be a long stream, hopefully, until I find some materials. There we go. There's a blue area, so I'm going to slow down and head towards the planet's surface. The blue will actually all fade away, so don't worry too much about that. I think about 1 kilometre out it sort of fades back to background. But that's what it looks like when you get the right area. Again, making sure I'm not going to fly into the ground. There you go, that's the blue fading back to the red. But we still know we're in the right place. Yeah, that was about 1.5 kilometres off that happened. I'm going to lower my landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
I'm going to get to... There you go, the graphics changed to the sort of terrain map. So now I'm going to pull back to fly vertically, horizontally rather, and just descend until I'm closer. And that tells me that that is a valid place to land because there's blue on the screen. It's telling me to angle the ship in particular ways to get it level to the ground that you're landing on. Slow down, alignment okay, alignment okay. And that's ship secured. Right, now I'm going to go down to this menu down here and get out my Scarab SRV, deploy that, and that puts me in my little space car. So, in my little space car, which I will just come away from the ship a little bit, and then show you what's what. That's my ship. I shall send that back into orbit to get it out of the way, just in case anyone turns up and wants to shoot at it, things like that. Now, above the map you've got a scanning radar thing, which is actually telling you where materials are. But I did just see this shiny pyramid thing over there in the distance, so I'm just going to have a nose over there and see what that is. I think that's something man-made. Apparently, with the scanner, if things appear at the top of it, like they do in front of me here, that shows something man-made. Oh yeah, there are lights on it. So yeah, that's some sort of base that has got protection. Little skimmers just launched, so I'm not going to worry about that at all. Not going to go and play with those today. Now, things that are at the bottom of the map are naturally occurring formations. What you're actually looking for is basically quite a long, wide selection of those. Hopefully without smashing the car to bits on the rocks. Things that look interesting, basically. So that over there, I'm going to use my little boosters a little bit just to get over some of those rocks. So, bold things on the scanner of what you're looking for. Hopefully without going completely mental and crashing into things and spinning around sideways. So let's look. That's back in the right sort of direction again, I think. Looking at that scanner. Quite a wide one over here. It's quite bright and solid. So you head towards that. Actually, I'm going to zoom my... No, Press the wrong button, got the cannon. I'm going to zoom my scanner out a bit so I can see more clearly. There you go, that's a nice wide, bright thing in front of me. That is almost certainly, there we go, a little white dot appeared on the scanner, and just in front of me, targeting there, you can see, hopefully, that little box around that rock. If I select that, that tells me that's bronzite chondrite. So I'm going to shoot that, and that actually spits out, there you go, see those 4 or 5 little things. That one's iron, that one's phosphorus, and I'll find out what the other 2 are as well in a moment. Now, for these, you need to deploy your cargo scoop, which is a little thing sort of underneath where you're sitting at the front. And then when it's selected, drive towards it and collect it. And I've just collected that element. So I'm going to turn around, find another one. There it is. Select the next one. If you practice doing this, you can select and collect quite quickly. So I've got some iron, carbon, sulfur and phosphorus. No more white spots appearing on the radar map there, so that's all of them picked up. So I'm going to put my cargo scoop away, and I shall continue motoring in much the same direction, because I know there's nothing directly behind me. There's a couple of blips over there, no, nothing much over there. Blips over this way, no, nothing much over there. Turn around a bit, there you go, there's some more somethings. Basically, you're just driving around until you find stuff. The material that you pick up on planets, you can pick up cargo canisters and things like that if they're laying around, but these elements don't take up any space. Here's another one. It's a different thing, but still works in exactly the same way. Drive until you can see it. It is, the guns sort of auto lock on it if you're close enough. Shoot it till it explodes. Things come out, and you can see iron, carbon, cadmium. This is quite a low gravity moon, so it takes them a little while for them to land. There you go. I'm going to pick up those rocks. That one there. One I can select quickly. More phosphorus. Basically, when you can use these elements to do different things. You can use it. The main use at the moment for me is engineering my ship. I'm upgrading my ship by basically taking these things to an engineer. I'll do a video about engineers soon to give a quick idea as to what's going on with those. But you can actually use these to synthesize things in your ship, or even in this SRV. So if you can actually synthesize extra fuel, think from phosphorus. There you go. But you can do lots of things by increasing jump ranges and things like that, just by using these materials. So that cargo scoop away. What I'll actually do is pull my ship back, then that will appear and land basically where it can, somewhere near to me, not necessarily really close, but close enough that I won't have to travel for weeks to find it. Just looking for it on the radar. Actually, let's pop up to my turret view, which is, say, basically on top of the thing. So you don't get a radar on the turret view. There it is, there's my ship. Coming into land just behind me, I think. Yep. So, turn round. Head back to that. The materials that I've collected you don't have to transfer to the ship, they sort of stay with you. Any cargo pods or anything like that that you picked up, you would have to transfer back to your ship. And you do that in exactly the same way as getting back on the ship. You drive back underneath it. That glowing orange square here. You park up under that. Don't have to be pointing in any direction. The little light that says board ship on the right there will light up when you're in the correct spot, like that. You can go down to the menu, select that, and select board ship. Put you back in. And then you have all the materials that you've collected able to do what you like. You can obviously go back and drive around some more. I'm just going to have a look at the inventory I have here on this menu. Materials is obviously what I've been picking up now. So I've got 2 arsenic already, but I need more than that. I've got lots of carbon. Some things obviously you get sooner and quicker than others, depending on the planet you land on and other things you mine. So data is the other thing you get from scanning, which you also need for engineers, but I'll go through that again another time. Synthesis is the thing I was talking about. You can make any of these things if you've got the right stuff. So the fuel injection, to make that in the basic version, you need that. You can make a standard version, which costs more materials but gives you bonus boost to the distance. Or I've got enough to make a premium, which will basically double my jump range for a jump. So you can use that. These obviously haven't got little lights next to them, so I can't make any of those. I've got enough to make 1 life support, but just in the basic version. That basically lets you live a bit longer if your ship gets completely blown up. The 3 red ones down there I can't make because I'm not actually in the SRV. When you're in the SRV, you can replace your ammo, the fuel, or indeed repair it if you've got the things. So yeah, they're red, but I do have enough to do it. So if I am out, I can refuel quite a lot. You need, say, 1 sulfur and 1 phosphorus, which I've got hundreds of. So that's how to mine on a planet. And a little bit ineptly, but not as inept as it could possibly be. I'm actually going to stay here myself and do a little bit of mining, because I haven't found any arsenic yet. So I'm going to go back out onto the surface and do that. But I shall not record that and not bore you with any more of that. I hope you've enjoyed watching this and learnt something. So the little blue circle on the map is something that doesn't get told anywhere. No instructions that I've found in game. Not that there's many instructions in the game tell you anything about that. So it's a nice handy tip to have. But that is it. Thanks for watching, and come back and stay tuned for more. Click the little alarm bell button to get notified when new content appears on the channel, and keep an eye on our Team Inept broadcast thing. What do they call it on this? Mixer. That's what they call it. Mixer. Team Inept. And when we start broadcasting live, you can come and watch and join the chat. So, as ever, thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye-bye.